Everybody, and welcome back to another Talking Sports video. And today we are going to go and take a look at who is cut from the Farmers Insurance Open. Now, we don't know exactly at this moment who's being cut, but we can get an idea. So the cut line is 1 over par, the projected cut line. There's only a couple more players that need to finish their rounds because of a issue with wind. It was very windy today in San Diego. But yeah, we have a really nice list today to go over for the leaderboard after round number 2 and take a look who has been cut. Now, Emiliano Grillo has withdrawn from the Farmers Insurance Open. He hadn't had a good week already, so he probably had an injury and decided to withdraw. Alright, so here are guys who also withdrew. We actually have a pretty big list. Philip Knowles, Paul Peterson, Mats McGreevy, David Lipsky, Mats Homa, and Kevin Roy, along with Hayden Buckley, Nate Lashley, and Braden Thornberry. Those were the guys who have withdrawn. Braden Thornberry was the only one to have withdrawn during round number 1. So all those other guys withdrew during today's round, or before or after. So a big list for withdrawals. I think that's about 12 people who withdrew from the tournament. So that is a good number. Alright, so now let's take a look at who has been cut. There are some guys. There's a guy who is on hole 14. So who's through 14 holes. Kevin McCall, he is at 14 over. So he's most likely not going to be he's going to be under the cut line. He's going to be cut from the tournament. He is solo 145th. So solo 144th is Martin Laird at 13 over. His week is over. Jim Nouse is at 11 over par. His week is over as well. He's tied with Thomas Rosenmuller. Robert Garrigus is at 10 over, along with Ryo Hisasuni, Matt Wallace, Michael Kim, Kevin Velo, Ryan Hall, and Carson Young. Their week is over as well. Tied for 135th at 10 over. Tied for 131st at 9 over par is Henrik Norlander, Matthew Riedel, Rafael Campos, Matthew Pavone. Those guys are tied 131st at 9 over par, and they are out for the week. Willie Mack, Tim Whiting, Taylor Dixon, David Skins, Chris Corte, Ryan Palmer. They are at 8 over par, tied for 125th, and their week is also over. So now at 7 over par, we got Justin Lauer, Nick Hardy, Daniel Berger, S.H. Kim, Scott Juszczewski, Rico Hoey, and Thurston Lawrence. They're at 7 over par, tied for 118th. 6 over par, this is where we start to get tricky. I mean, you can technically make the cut if you are still have to finish a round. So here we go. We have sits over Trevor Cone is at 6 over par with 14 holes through 14 holes. So he does have a few holes left. He needs 5. He needs to be 5 under on his remaining holes to be able to make the cut. Will Chandler as well. He's at hole 15. He's gonna have one less hole than Cohen to try to make the cut. 6 over par who are done. We've got Pearson Cootie, Francesco Molinari, Austin Eckroat, and Matt Neesmith. Those guys are at 6 over par. Justin Rose, Caleb Montgomery, Alex Smalley, Brian Campbell, Jeremy Paul, Camilo Villegas, Tony Finau, Kurt Kitayama, and Ben Griffin. They are at 5 over par, and their week is over. Tied for 96 at 4 over is Dylan Wu, who can actually make he has a chance to make the putt. He has 3 holes left. Needs 3 birdies. Needs 3 birdies to make it. Davis Riley as well. He's on hole 16, 4 over par. Trey Merritt, Carl Wan, Nicholas Nogard, Mason Anderson, and Trey Molinex. They're at 4 over, and they are done for the week. At 3 over par, tied for 81st. Takumi Kanaya is done with 16 holes. He has 2 holes remaining. He needs 2 birdies to make the cut. Same goes for Ben Stoverman. They are still through. Steven Yeager, Matt McCarty, and Sibu Kim are done for the week. Kevin Yu needs an eagle on hole 18 to be able to make the cut. Victor Perez is at 3 over, as well as Joe Highsmith, Anders Albertson, Keita Onishi, Eric Van Rooyen, Shane Lowry, Aaron Rye, Jacob Bridgman, and Joseph Bramlett. They're at 3 over par, tied for 81st. 3 over par, tied for 2 over par, tied for 71st is Charles Ryder. He's through hole 15, so he has 3 more holes remaining. Just needs 1 birdie, 1 under par, in his final 3 holes to make the cut. Same goes for Harry Higgs as well. Peter Monani needs a birdie on hole 7. He needs 1 under through 2 holes. He's at 2 over. Adam Svensson, Doug Dim, Quade Cummings, Michael Thornborson, Jesper Svensson, Rikuya Hoshino, Patrick Fishburne there at 2 over, and their week is done. Alejandro Tosti, so that was the cut line. So we are done with the cut line, and now people who are above it, and maybe, people still might miss the cut line. Alejandro Tosti, AJ Spound, Cristobal del Solar, and Jake Knapp, they're not done. They have a few holes. They're at 1 over par. They're right on the cut line. If they bogey just a couple holes and can't rebound, then they are going to be out for the week. Guys who are done and who made the cut: Mac Meisner, Sam Ryder, Charlie Hoffman, Kevin Streelman, Taylor Moore, Vincent Norman, Chan Kim, Chandler Phillips, and Danny Lowe. They're at 1 over par, tied for 57th. Guys who are even par: Maverick McNeely. Maverick McNeely is still going on, so if he double bogeys, then his week is done. Frankie Capon III, Sahith Theegala, Keegan Bradley, Vince Whaley, Chad Ramey, Matt Gracerman, Kevin Tway, Jackson Coyven, Adam Shank, Brant Snedeker, Taylor Pendrith, Luke List, Aaron Baddeley, and Zach Blair. They are tied for 42nd at even par. Alright, guys who are at 1 under par, who still could not make the cut: William Moe, Stephen Fisk, Mateo Manacero, Noah Goodwin, and Antoine Rosener. They're at 1 under par, and they still have range about 4 holes remaining to about 2 holes remaining. That's the range. So they can still bogey on every hole and miss the cut. Guys who are done and who have made the cut is K.H. Lee, Sami Vilamati, Isaiah Salinda, Jason Day, Hideki Matsuyama, Lee Hodges, Andrew Putnam, Zach Johnson, Matty Schmid, Mark Hubbard, Bo Hostler. They're at 1 under par, tied for 26th. Tied for 14th. At 2 under par is Aldrich Potgieter, John Pack, Ryan Gerard. They still have time remaining. They still have about 4 holes left, so they can still miss the cut. Guys who are finished, who have made the cut: Jonathan Vegas, Grayson Sigg, Andrew Novak, Sam Stevens, Norman Jong, Ricky Castillo, Patrick Rogers, Jackson Super, Thomas Dietrich. They're at 2 under par, tied for 14th. Guys who are tied for 7th: Luke Clanton. He is at 3 under par. He still has 2 more holes left, so he double bogeys each hole. His round might be done. And then as well as Will Gordon, he has 3 holes remaining. Guys who are done, who have made the cut: Joel Damon, Chris Ventura, Harris English, Wesley Bryan, Eric Cole. And those guys are tied for 7th at 3 under par. And then the guys who are remaining are still, they're all done. Tied for 4th at 4 under par is Sanjay M, Chris Dodrup, and Hayden Springer. Again, 4 under par, tied for 4th. Solo 3rd is Danny Walker. He's at 5 under par. And then the solo co-leaders One shot with a one-shot lead is Lanto Griffin and Ludwig Aberg. They are tied for first at 6 under par. So they both had pretty bad rounds, actually. Lanto Griffin didn't have a bad round. He shot even par. Ludwig shot 3 over, though. So he had a bad round compared to his first round, but he is still at 6 under par. So that shows you how good of a first round he had. Anyway, that is the cut line and the leaderboard after round number 2. Hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, and peace.